everybody. Welcome to a fresh week of Kinkini for Kids. And what is it today, guys?
Miracle Monday.
Ah,
Miracle Monday.
that's right. We are on Miracle Monday, and our special Sanatana Sakshi for today is a very special person. She is an absolute sweetheart. She is the sweetheart of the Gurukulam. All the kids love her, and what's more is all the parents of the kids also. We love her so much. She's really sweet, and she also is part of Garba Gurukulam. You remember Vidyama, right? We told you about the little babies and working with the babies and the parents. So Mamtama especially helps out with these parents, and she's a dear friend. You remember Divyama also came, right? So yeah, so she's somebody like that who works with babies through the parents and with the parents also. She's a very special person to join us today from the Gurukulam. Shivam, Mamtama, thank you so much for joining us and taking out
Sure,
time
Nutanma. Sure,
to interact.
Nutanma. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the dearly, warmly welcome. Thank you, Ma.
Yes, and the kids also. I mean, you should know. Actually, most of you know that she's also a parent of one of your Kinkini buddies. And for those of you who don't know, that's a surprise at the end. That's the drill. I will tell you in the end. Okay, but for no guessing here. We all know that you guys know whose mama she is. So yes, Mamtama is here to tell us a story and experience that she had when she visited a very special temple. And she's here to tell us that story, and we're all very eager to listen to it, Mamtama.
Sure, Nutanma. Thank you so much. Shuham, everyone.
You can
Okay.
unmute, guys.
Shivaham.
Shuham. So I'm going to tell you all about a temple which we had visited around 2018 when my son was around 3 years old. So that time we had been for a temple visits, temple run. So we had been to Guruvayur, Thiruvananthapuram, Kanyakumari. So we had a week long the temple and also the beaches and all the mixed kind of a travel. And then we are heading back. So that was Sunday. We are heading back, and Monday is the working day for all of us. And for my husband, whom I call it as Prakash ji. So Sunday morning we are traveling back, and suddenly my chitti, my chikkama, who lives in Chennai, calls me for some reason. She wanted to ask me something. So she calls me, and we just speak, and I tell her that we are on our way back, and we happen to cross Tiruchandur. So I just tell her the route where we are coming in. I don't even know about that temple that time. So she says, "Okay, you will be." So when she hears which route I'm traveling in, and then she says, "Oh, you will be passing by Tiruchandur, and it happens to be the Purnima today." So she says,
Cool.
"Oh, that's a
How
cool
many
beach."
of you know Tiruchandur temple here? Anybody knows? Raise their hands. No? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
other than Sri Hari. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, so see, like just like you guys, oh, even Yoga Ma knows. Okay, so just like you guys who don't know about it, even Mamtama also didn't know anything about the temple. She's clueless. Okay, guys. Yeah.
Yeah. I just knew that there are six temples of Shanmuga, but Tiruchandur was not very familiar. Like I just knew it, but I have never heard in particular about it. And suddenly she says that's a very beautiful temple, Armuga temple, and happen to be the Purnima day. You will be passing by the temple. Why don't you go there and like if it is Purnima, that night you have to stay. That's a beautiful beach, and the view of that beach on the day of Purnima is very beautiful. So she says, see if you can make it. And then we check, and Prakash says, okay, let's do it. Anyway, we have come and we happen to be there on that day. So we'll decide to stay back there that day and leave early in the morning, Monday, and we'll somehow make it half a day or something like that for the office. So we chose to stay over there, and that was around like somewhere in the evening. We go there, we take a room, fresh up, and come visit temple, and then we come to the beach, and that was the awesome, the bestest of the view I've ever seen. I can never forget that view of that days. I've like how much ever I've seen before, and even after
Oh,
the
see,
Tiruchandur.
Yoga
Yeah,
Ma has pulled up pictures of full moon night on the beach of Tiruchandur temple. It's
here's
gorgeous. Wow.
But here the beach is looking the
Oh,
dark, and this is
wow.
the moon is just behind. Yeah, this is
It
behind the
doesn't
Gopuram.
even look real. It's so surreal. Wow, very
Yes.
nice.
And
Beautiful.
the rays of the moon when it falls on the beach is Nutanma. It's like every wave you can see that, like as though we put the serial lights for we put the lights for the buildings and all, no, for the celebration. It is like
Yeah.
for every wave we have put a serial lights kind of a thing. That we are not getting it here. I'll try to get the photo some other time. So
Mm.
the waves of the beach were so astonishing, and we sit there around 8 o'clock. We go and we like usually beach means we go we play. So the children, but here like all three of us are like mute, like we are speechless by looking at that the beauty of that beach and behind the Gopuram, the moon. That was a very blissful view. So we just sit there, and Purnima is supposed to be the very crowdy place also. We didn't enter and all, but just my husband and my child playing around in the seashore. But I have been like, it was really surreal. Just sitting and watching, and it was, so we stayed almost for 3 hours till 11 o'clock. And Prakash ji said we have to leave, we had to leave early tomorrow in the morning. So we had to push off. So, and that was not at all enough for me. So I say, no, we have to come exclusively for this temple some other time. We'll plan for the Purnima and we will travel some other time again we'll come back. To get up and go away from that site was very difficult actually. That was such a like heartful view of that. So we come back, and next day morning we'll travel back to Bangalore. But that has been there in my mind and in my heart that we have to go to that place. And then after that, the COVID happens, all that. So 21 again we plan. We're just looking into the Purnima dates and the leaves are available. So one Purnima we travel to Tirchandur. We fortunately like we book the rooms and all ahead, and we go there. Again, this is I'm speaking about the second travel now. Even then, I'm clueless of the which Purnima that is. That is supposed to be Adi Kritika Purnima, which is very, very auspicious for the Murugan temple. And many travelers, pilgrimages, and many people have the vratam and all for the Adi Kritika. So there are like it is a crowd like a Tirupati. So heavy crowd, you can see people like lying for sleeping. They don't search for rooms and all. All the rooms, accommodations, everything is being booked. So we can see people everywhere near from beach till temple. The entire city, the entire temple place is crowded with people. So we take rest that night. We reach around somewhere in the evening. We see that the temple is really crowded. So next day morning, we get up early, fresh up and come. And then we somehow had a wish that we wanted to watch the Abhishekam. We'll take the Abhishekam ticket, darshan tickets they give, no? So next day morning, it is very early. We are there in the temple around 5:30 like that. And then to see, they say it's heavily crowded today. You have no tickets available, no darshan ticket or the Abhishekam ticket, no such thing. It's all been like very few we had for the like very special guests. That is also been completely sold out, booked yesterday itself. If you wanted anything, you should have checked yesterday. Today, nothing is happening. It is just one queue for all the people. It's just the general darshan. You have to stand in the queue and go. And that's so early, 5:30 we get to hear that. And then again we are concerned or confused, like as to what do we do. And they say we don't know, we cannot tell you how many hours it takes for you to get the darshan. You just have to stand in the queue and go. And then we come back from the counter and we stand a little far away, and we both are discussing as to what do we do. My child also has been around 5 to 6 year old that time, and we had a previous experience with him that he was irritant to stand in the queue. And that day we were sure that at least 3 4 hours minimum we had to stand. So we were worried, what do we do? Do we stand in the queue, take a darshan, or anyway we have the room booked? We were this visit we are staying for at least 3 days there. So anyway we are staying back. Shall we come back tomorrow? Like we'll go back to room and come back and come tomorrow and take darshan. So what do we do? We're just thinking about the options. So then suddenly we two are discussing. from nowhere, everywhere it is crowd. Like even if you're standing next to me, you cannot hear what we are talking. That's noisy and crowdy is the place there. And suddenly from nowhere, a person comes in and he don't ask us anything. He suddenly comes and gives us a suggestion. He says, it's going to be a long queue today. Go to hotel, have some food, eat your breakfast, and come back and stand in the queue. So and somehow even we didn't feel like questioning who is he, what did he tell. We also felt, both of us, both me and Prakash, we felt okay. Somebody gave us what is that we need to do. So we go back to we come to some restaurant. 6 o'clock they start serving. 5:30 onwards the breakfast is ready there. So that is
Hmm.
the crowd and the timing also, no. So we come to a restaurant. We eat proper breakfast early in the morning. 6 o'clock we are having a very good breakfast, and then we come back and stand in the queue. We'll see. Let's see go however it goes. And then fortunately it is. And the other thing is, Prakash ji, my husband never eats food before coming. Before, if you're going for a temple or a puja, he prefers to stay in the empty stomach and he eats only after the darshan or a puja. So that day for him also it was as though somebody told. It felt like an authority for us. So even he had fully. We all are full. We had good sleep also. We had good food also. So we just come and stand in the queue peacefully. And then we had no problem also. And the crowd is not so healthy, sophisticated and all. You have all kinds of crowds. There people are chewing the tobaccos. And like we are so far, very far from the temple. It's miles together, the queue. But we were comfortable also. Everything was fine and no irritation from my child also,
Hmm. Which
fortunately.
is
So
a
he was,
surprise. In such a
that's a
huge
surprise.
crowd, babies and
That's a,
children are get very
yeah.
cranky and fussy. Yeah.
And we had that experience in the previous temple also,
Mhm.
the same travel. He was like, oh my God, we had to come back, take some special darshan, go for another entry. He was completely annoyed with that crowd and queue. So that was the reason we were thinking, what do we do? So no, in the previous visit. So, but that queue, even he is comfortable. So we all just passed, kept on moving in the queue. And then we chanted some like Subramanya Ashtakam. We heard some chantings and we did the Subramanya Kavacham. What all we knew, we did that. And then we are talking also. It's been almost a 4 hours queue. And then it's our turn comes. We are almost close to the Devta. We have to stand there and suddenly they put off the screen. We have been watching, like we peep like this and all, and we watch, no, like you hardly get some few minutes, not even the minutes, few seconds, 1 minute
Second,
darshan if you get, yeah, few seconds darshan only we get in such big crowd. So we have been trying to peep and watch from a long way, and as soon as our turn comes they put off the screen. We are like, it was shocking, or I don't know, it's been such a long time, but we were sure that they will allow. Maybe some more waiting time. Okay, we were standing there, and then we asked. There are so many security and the volunteers standing all over there. No? So we asked them what's happening. They just say, stand. You're like, just be quiet. There's a procedure. And then, to our astonishment, after a few 2-3 minutes or so, they open the screen, and then what's happening is they start doing the abhishekam. And that was like, oh my God, like I was, oh God, what's happening? So
the
and they
blessed darshan.
that is what we first came and asked. We want to take the Abhishekam ticket. We want to
Mhm.
get the Abhishekam seva done. So that was not available in the beginning, 5 o'clock in the morning. It's around 11 o'clock, I think. We are witnessing the Abhishekam for the Shanmuga Valli Devasena. So it was, I just cannot explain that moment of bliss. So, and they allowed also. Fortunately, otherwise it is just 10 seconds they keep pushing you ahead because obviously there's a long crowd behind. And there we get to watch for some time. And then like maybe for around a minute or so. And then again they start pushing because the other people also has to get the darshan. So they keep moving aside and somehow we just come to one side, we make some space and we stand there. Even for even that's for the surprise. Nobody disturbs us over there. We stand in one corner of the darshanam queue, and we get to watch the entire abhishekam. We see complete abhishekam, and then after a long time, like that was also like not half an hour or not abhishekam. They around 5-6 minutes. We stand, we get to watch it completely. we are heartful. Like there is nothing
Yeah.
that when I
Very
came for the
special.
first visit, I said, no, this is not at all sufficient for me. We have to come back. And in the next visit after the Abhishekam, I said, this is full. I'm like, you hardly feel like that feeling of yes, I am full. Like that trupta bhava, what you get, no? So I felt that moment like that, and then we come back. And it was around 12 o'clock or so. When we come back and see like what happened around what was the scene at 5 a.m. and now what happened and who's the one who came and told us. We were actually confused. We had the other options also. Like we could have gone back to the room, come back for the visit next day. But that's an auspicious day and people have traveled from which all places planning
Yeah.
specifically for that day. And we happened to arrive at that day, and why should we miss the darshan? We somehow accidentally we have come on that day. So why miss such an opportunity is also the concern. So it's when that was all happening, I don't know who's the one that it is nobody can hear us talking also, Nutanma. That was the crowd there. From nowhere,
Mm.
someone comes and gives us what is that we are supposed to do, and we just follow it. So I was like, oh, that was a very humble, like heartening, heart full of kind of an experience.
Extremely special. Yeah, it's a true miracle in itself.
Yeah.
To these, Skanda Gurunatha's temples and that kind of month is very, very filled. I think these kids have learnt about the Palani temple, also know the kind of crowd. It's a similar crowd that goes to Tiruchendur also. So, in that kind of millions of
And
crowd,
also
to
and
be able
the
to.
season also that particular period usually Paurnami is supposed to be the crowded period. For
Correct.
that it was Adi Kritike, so the
Uh,
it is
very
very
special.
auspicious for that devta and for that temple. And
Yeah.
that was like something which is beyond our expectation, which we cannot even hope to be. So whatever we ask in the morning, and exactly when that happens, when our turn comes, we get the abhishekam to happening. It is I was like it cannot just be a coincidence. And
No,
someone telling us like what you're supposed to do in the beginning, and we end up what we wanted to get. So that
truly
was.
blessed moment. Very, very blessed darshan. Beautiful story, and I'm so happy to hear that it was so smooth and so so beautiful and enchanting.
And even
Let's see
if
if the
you
kids.
organize it, Nutanma, I feel it
Yeah.
is difficult.
You
Even
can't
if like
plan this.
yeah,
Yeah, you
it
can't
is
plan this, Mamtama.
we
It's
cannot
all
plan it.
grace. It's all
It is
grace.
just the amount of thanks I've told my chitti after that, even after the first visit and the second visit. I don't know. Even that was see, we didn't know. We were clueless. Even the first visit, we get a guidance from somewhere. Suddenly
Mm.
she calls also, and then so we get to know the place also. Some from nowhere. Suddenly it was an
It's a
accidental,
calling.
and
It's a calling.
yeah,
Yeah.
the calling what we felt was so that every time I remember that it is a different kind of an experience always.
So sweet. And the
And even
pictures
the
truly
beaches
look
that
beautiful.
that night also we stayed like that entire stayed there for 3 days, and that entire 3 days was like we are full. That night was also heavily crowded. We didn't go to play in the beach, but we could aram say comfortably sit and watch for how much ever time. Actually, I sat there like these two. Finally, my son started feeling sleepy, so my husband and child came back room. I was like, I've sat the full night. That was somehow
Wow.
like that we had we planned such a way only that how much ever time we want to spend there, we should be having that.
Mm.
So that travel I can never forget in my life. It's very
Very
beautiful.
enchanting. Guys, do you have any questions for Mamtama? You want to share your thoughts? You can raise your hands. Now's the time.
Was a
Yes,
very
Aradhya. Go ahead. You can unmute and speak. Aradhya, you had something? You unmuted?
Actually, it was Natara.
What was it? Yes, Nitara.
I just wanted to say I love this story.
Oh,
thank you, ma.
Mamtama.
Thank you, my dear.
So sweet. Yes, Shashank.
Even me,
Even Mamtama loves this
even me.
story.
Every time I remember this, so I love this happening of my life.
Which step did you gone?
Really? I couldn't hear you.
Which temple did you go?
That is Tiruchandur, Shanmuga temple. That's in Tamil Nadu.
That's my god.
What, Shashant? Unmute properly and speak.
That's my Ishta Devro.
Ishtadevtana. Okay, okay.
So
Very
sweet.
nice. Then you should visit the temple, Shashank. Tell your parents and go on some Purnima. You will be really happy. That's a very beautiful place and even the Devata.
Okay, Shashant. Yes, anybody else? Okay. Doesn't seem like it, but thank you, Mamtama, for coming and sharing this. Mamtama has lots of other stories and she'll be coming on more days and sharing with all of us. But right now, yes, we'd all like to thank you guys.
Thank you. Thank you to Nutanma. And thanks to each one of you that you made me relive those moments. I'm so happy that I could share with you all my happy days, my miracle moments of the temple.
Yeah,
Thank you to
it truly was special. Thank you, Mamtama. Shivoham.
Shivoham. Shivoham.
Now we'll do the Shanti.